You are listening to I'll Follow You, a podcast about creative process and what really goes on behind the scenes of an artistic life. My name is Allison Felis, and I love talking to musicians, writers, visual artists, and other brilliant thinkers about their working methods, obsessions, and pet projects. Guess what? Just by tuning in, you're part of the inner circle now. Thank you all so much for listening to what I've now come to think of as the third season of I'll Follow You. I used to think the concept of podcast seasons was kind of silly and pretentious, especially for non-narrative interview-based shows like this one. But after experiencing firsthand just how much work it really does take to keep a show like this going week after week after week, alongside all of my other creative and professional and personal commitments, I do see the usefulness of it now. Like, you mean you can just invent a structure that allows you to give yourself a break? Yeah, I guess you can. So I just wanted to pop in here quickly and let all of you lovely listeners know that you're not going to be seeing any fresh episodes of I'll Follow You in your feed for a short while, so that I can turn my attention to some other creative projects that I've had simmering on the back burner. And honestly, I just want to give my podcasting muscles a proper rest rather than inadvertently burning myself out, so that I'm refreshed and ready to rock with a fresh batch of episodes for you sooner rather than later. Of course, I want to deeply, deeply thank all of my amazing guests who joined me this season. Starting back in September and going through late February, you heard from Saga Briggs, Ed Bailon and Don Graves, Jemai Ozdemir, Marta Johnson, Jerome Polin, Sadie Tepper, Allison Clark, Sarah Walbridge, Haley J. Kroom, Michael O'Donnell, and Jeanette Elaine Dubois. And in case you missed any of those episodes along the way, I will relink the whole season's worth of them in this week's show notes over at my blog, Queen of Peaches. And an especially heartfelt thanks goes out to all of you who have listened to any of the episodes I've released this season or in seasons prior. There's obviously an overabundance of podcasts out there these days, not to mention audiobooks and music and news reports and a million other things that you could be listening to at any given moment. So the fact that you've chosen to spend time with my voice in your ears is honestly just the best compliment and the warmest vote of confidence that I could hope for. So I thank you for that. Before we close things down for now, I want to mention that if you have a friend or a colleague who you think would make a great guest for this show, let a girl know. I'm already lining up folks for the fourth season, and I'm always excited to connect with people who are making cool stuff and just generally living beautifully artful lives out in the world. And taking a tip from the way that guitarist Robert Fripp runs his Q&A sessions on his recent lecture tours, I'm going to say that non-binary folks and women are especially invited to cut to the front of the line. So thank you again for joining me on the journey through this third season of I'll Follow You. I'm looking forward to sharing more with you again very soon.